You already know what time it is, man. The young GOAT in the building. Make sure you tune in to Tru Heel Heat Podcast.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is Tru Heel Heat, and I said it right, you motherfuckers.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion, once a champion, always a champion, Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching Tru Heel Heat Podcast.
Hello. It is me, your Tru Heel Phenom, SP3, and we are back once again with another edition of Tru Heel Heat Check, discussing the latest in NBA basketball. And as usual, we are here for another edition, Tru Heel Heat Check number 25, and we got another list, another ranking to do, as we're going to give you the top 10 guards in the NBA, top 10 point guards, top 10 two guards in the NBA right now as of March 2026. And of course, to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. He is the resident Tru Heel pot heel himself and your Knicks enthusiast, Chris G. How are you doing, Chris G?
Good, I'm good, man. It's been a good week and a half since the break. Gotten some good games. We got some teams that are hot right now, and it's been good, some good basketball.
Yes, always some good basketball to see. A lot of teams are getting hot at the right time of the year, so a good time for us to talk all about it with all of you. So we appreciate y'all. If you're joining us for the premiere of the podcast, if you're watching us on demand, we appreciate you as well. Either way, show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all of your basketball family, friends, and fans on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, or Tru Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. We're here about every week or every other week for Tru Heel Heat Check. So if you want your NBA fix, this is the place to be here, because we give you consistent podcasts for the NBA season. Probably the most podcasts we've done for any season. And we started this podcast like 2 seasons ago. But I think we only did like 5 in 2023 and like 2023, 2024. Then we did like maybe 2 in 2024, 2025. And then we've done like 15 this season.
I'm proud of us for taking the reins and pushing the Tru Heel Heat Check culture forward.
Exactly. And of course, sound off in the live chat if you're with us for the premiere. If you're with us on demand, comment down below. And of course, follow along on Tru Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment, because we always got shorts talking about the NBA with a couple of breakdowns from this show if you want more compact version of it. But we got a lot to talk about, because we're going to get into our list pretty early here. But as usual, we got to talk about what's going on in a league. And a couple of teams are hot. A couple of teams are inconsistent. One being my Los Angeles Lakers, where we can't seem to beat any team worth a damn, but we could just slaughter and have these great games with the worst teams in the NBA. We just had a close, great game, one of the best games that they've aired on national television this year, against the New Orleans Pelicans, with LeBron and Zion both having good games on either side, as well as Luka, who nearly dropped a triple-double. So yeah, we're just not consistent at all. But but on the Western Conference side, the Spurs feel like they are kind of going to be the biggest threat to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder that was pretty much ahead of like every team in the Western Conference by like 8 games at one point. They are only 3 games up on the San Antonio Spurs at this time of the year. What have you been thinking about the Spurs, who's won 9 of their last 10?
I mean, they're healthy and they're just playing good. I think health was a big factor for them. They didn't have De'Aaron Fox in the beginning of the year. He's healthy now. Wemby was going through his little struggles. They had to take him off the bench. Now he's healthy. Stephon Castle just getting better every game. Dylan Harper, rookie, getting better every game. I mean, their team is just they're a bunch of ballers that can play together. They play defense. They can shoot. They can do everything. And then you got a guy like Wemby who is just phenomenal. So I wouldn't be surprised if they finished in the first seed. Honestly, 3 games back isn't that bad. If San Antonio keeps doing what they're doing and OKC loses back-to-back games at any point in the season, then San Antonio's right there in that 1 seed. So we'll see what happens, but I'm impressed with the development of the team. Mitch Johnson should probably get Coach of the Year, and yeah, we'll see what happens in the West.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens for sure. The Oklahoma City Thunder are playing well as well, mostly because of Jarrett McCain. Jarrett McCain has been like probably one of the best pickups of the trade deadline. What have you been thinking about him? I think off the bench, dropping 20 points in consecutive games.
Well, I mean, he's been seeing a lot of extended time because the team's a little banged up, but he's been doing the kid's talented. We knew he was talented last year before he got hurt. So that's why it was surprising when we seen Philly just trade him, essentially for not that much. And I don't know. I think he's a good fit on that team. He provides depth. We'll see if he can continue that play when his role gets reduced a little. I think, you still need OKC at full health. So we'll see what happens. He's been impressive though.
And OKC, as we're recording this tonight, they're going to be playing your New York Knicks. Are you ready for that game tonight?
Well, it's at the Garden, and the Knicks been hot, so we have a shot. We've been, I think we're like 13-2 or something like that, 12-3 in our last 15 games. Like we've been playing really well. We've lost a couple bad ones to really good teams though, so you can't even really. I think we had one bad loss against like the Sixers or the Heat or somebody like that.
And the Cavs.
Well, the Cavs are a good team though. They're a totally different team with James Harden. I mean, they're right there with us for that 3rd seed. So I wouldn't, take that loss and be disappointed. And then we got smoked by the Pistons that game. So those are really like the only 2
And you
bad
lost
losses.
the close game against the Pacers. I think it was overtime,
that was,
wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the game that we should have won. But other than that, we've been on a roll and we've been beating everybody. So and we've been doing it in dominant fashion. So I like our chances tonight. We'll see how the game goes. If we can come out with some fire and the crowd gives us some energy, then we got a shot.
Yeah, speaking of the Eastern Conference, you brought them up, the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm looking like Negro Damas right now, man. I'm just saying they look much better. They look much better with James Harden, and he's been playing very well with Donovan Mitchell, especially.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. He's just gonna raise the ceiling for all the players above him. So I mean, with him. So this team looks like it's a well-oiled machine, and they're finally starting to click, and that's dangerous going into the playoffs.
Yeah, they're 2 games, 2 wins back in the win column to the Boston Celtics, who are still really damn good. We got smoked by them in the last 2 weeks in Los Angeles. You got Jason Tatum is still on the recovery track. I think that he's may play some games before the end of the season, and Jaylen Brown is looking like a top 10 player in the league consistently, and they just have all their role players playing very well, whether it's Nikola Vucevic, their pickup during the trade deadline, whether it's Peyton Pritchard crossing people up in Los Angeles. And what do you think about the Boston Celtics? To me, it's between, I know you're a Knicks fan, but taking the bias out of it, it's really between Boston and Detroit. I think that the Knicks could surprise one of these teams and beat them, but the 2 best teams in the East, record-wise and just how they look, it's been Boston and Detroit.
It's crazy because Boston started off so terrible, and now, and now they're in this position. It's like they were literally like 8-10, and now they're 41-20. Like that's a crazy run.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a well-coached team. We know that. They still have talent. And did we think they were going to be this good without Jason Tatum? Probably not. But Jaylen Brown did step up his game a lot. And as a leader, you can tell the team just kind of is kind of feeding off of that. So that's good. And then when you put Jason Tatum back in the mix, I mean, it makes him a top contender. So you can't argue with that. As much as I want to say the Knicks is arguably the second best team in the East right now, it's hard. The Celtics are playing really well. So are the Knicks, but it remains to be seen. We got to see how they fare down the stretch.
Yeah. Sticking with the Eastern Conference, someone's made some history as Con Knippel set the rookie record, 207 threes. He's been on a ripper, especially in the month of February. He was the rookie of the month. He's averaging like 21 points per game. He really seems like he's a rookie of the year candidate. It's between him and Cooper Flagg, but the Charlotte Hornets are been great since the month of like January. They're 31-31. They're only 2 games back of the 8th seed, right behind the Miami Heat. They're in the 9th seed right now. They're currently tied with the Atlanta Hawks, but they seem very short up that they're going to be a play-in team, at least in the play-in tournament this year. And that is we got to take the wins where we could take the wins. That is an improvement on how the Charlotte Hornets have been over the last couple of years. What have you thought about this whole turnaround for the Hornets and then Con Knippel setting the 3-point record?
I mean, at one point I feel like when we were doing these episodes, I feel like they had one of the worst records in the league, maybe the worst record in the league, and then to like turn it around, and I feel like they could finish ahead of the Heat and the Magic. Like the way they're playing right now, they could be that team to be in the 7th spot. And I don't think they're going to get out of the play-in, but they could definitely be on the top of the play-in position. And it's a lot of it is due to the play of I like to call them Con Knippels because I seen this cartoon, and they made this fight Con Knippels, and it's just it's been in my head every time I see his name. But the kid could shoot. He could ball, like just flat out ball. But he could shoot, and it opens up the floor for the rest of the team. They're a really young, fun team to watch. So I'm impressed with the coaching, right? Because you need a leader, and especially when you bench Melo for a couple games, you need that a presence in that locker room that's going to hold everybody accountable and hold people together. And ever since he did that, I feel like the team is kind of gelled together even more, and everybody's taking accountability, and they're playing defense, they're running, they're playing hard, and it shows on the court.
It definitely has. That's kind of like the story going on in the Eastern Conference right now. You got the Sixers and Raptors are kind of in the middle of the mix. Like you said, the Magic is kind of in that play-in position, but they can easily come out of that and bypass the Sixers if they're able to play together more. Pablo Banchero played very well against my Los Angeles Lakers, which, man, since we got the platform, since we got a podcast to talk about it, I feel insulted that these guys make probably millions, thousands of dollars on ESPN and all the talking heads and stuff. And the way they talk about the Los Angeles Lakers, you would think they're a freaking lottery team. Like I understand the Lakers don't have good defense. I've just said it time and time again. We don't have good defense. We don't have a shot of winning the NBA championship this year. And yes, as a Laker fan, that is kind of the expectation, especially when you have a Luka Doncic, a top 3, top 4 player in the NBA. When you have LeBron James, widely considered one of the greatest players of all time. You got Austin Reeves, who's taken this leap and is one of the best players. But let's be honest here. Those 3 guys don't work that well together on the same court. I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. This team was much better when it was just Luka and Austin Reeves on the court, and now the numbers attest to that. When Luka and Austin Reeves are on the court together and no LeBron James, they are plus 19 point differential. When it's Luka, Austin Reeves, and LeBron James, they are minus 7 point differential. That shouldn't happen, but it also has to do with the team around them and the fact that we don't have like those great defenders outside of like really the best role players have been stepping up as of late, like Jackson Hayes and Marcus Smart especially. He's probably the fourth best player on this team, which is a sad state for the Los Angeles Lakers. Don't get me wrong, but what do you think about this whole, like, it seems like a media agenda to just badmouth the Lakers and make them sound like a lottery team when you look at the record, they're only a game and a half out of freaking third place in the Western Conference. It's kind of ridiculous to me.
I think with a lot of these teams and franchises, I think a lot of them get bad reps. I don't want to get too conspiracy, but I think it does have a lot to do with how ownership treats the media or you know, the other owners in the league. Like there's definitely there's a reason why the Knicks get a bad rep in the media even when they're fucking solid. It's because they all hate James Dolan. Like, it's no secret. Yeah. James Dolan's one of the most hated NBA owners in the league by other owners. Like, it's not a secret. Obviously, all this stuff coming out with Jeannie Buss and the brothers and stuff like that tells you that there's, you know, the Lakers ownership is a little rocky. They can't even keep their own shit together. So maybe their relationship with the media is not that great either. So maybe that's why they get a lot of shit. I could use the Yankees as an example. The Yankees in the media lately have been getting all this shit, and that's because they don't like the Steinbrenner brothers. You know, George had the respect of everybody, so you never badmouth the Yankees. But when it comes to Hank and Hal, they don't got that respect. They're not going to get that love. So it goes deep to like how these franchises really treat the media and stuff like that. I think it goes that deep. So where it's to the point where the Lakers ownership is so bad that the media hates them, even if they're doing good.
It's hard out here for a Lakers fan. Not everybody was born to be a Laker. Not everybody was, shaped out to be a Laker fan. It's hard out here. But yeah, the Lakers have not been playing very well, but you look just above them, only a game and a half over them in the 5th seed. The Denver Nuggets have not looked good as of late. Like, I've said it once, I'll say it again. Nikola Jokic is one of the greatest offensive players of all time. This man can't guard a traffic cone. I watched that game against the Jazz, and it was so many times Keontae George just went right by him, and then to the point that he had that foul late in the 4th quarter, just pushing him, and then complained to the referee like he did nothing. Like, yo, he is
he just threw himself on him. just
laying on people.
You like ground and pounded him. Yeah, I mean, they need Aaron Gordon back. I think he's coming back today. He helps a lot because he's kind of that glue guy on that team. He does a little bit of everything. He brings that energy. So I think he's going to help. They just don't got the defensive team that they had a couple of years ago that could make up or cover, you know, Jokic's deficiencies on defense. So, you know, we'll see how far that takes him into the playoffs.
Yeah. And I still hear people saying that they still have the Nuggets as the favorite to win the NBA championship. And I'm like, what have y'all seen this year that I haven't seen that makes y'all still think that they're like, yes, at the beginning of the season, they were the biggest threat to the Oklahoma City Thunder. But I think that the Spurs are better than them. I could see the Rockets beating them in a 7-game series. I can see the Timberwolves have beat them in a 7-game series. And right now, if the playoffs started today, that would be their first round matchups. And I don't think that's going to work out well for them with the way that Anthony Edwards has been playing. And then the Lakers, I think that's a catch-22 with Luka Doncic on the team. If we just had LeBron and Austin Reeves, I would be like, yeah, we're going to lose to the Nuggets. But with Luka Doncic, it's basically two people versus themselves because Luka and Nikola Jokic are incredible offensive players who don't play that much defense. So it's kind of like a wash.
Yeah. You gotta build they gotta build a defensive team around Luka too in LA. I think once they get LeBron's money off the books, they'll be able to spread that money around and get some guys to shore up that the perimeter at least because with Jackson Hayes and if you get another big man down there, then the rim will be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that brings me to another point with the Lakers. What did you hear about the story with DeAndre Ayton and the Crunk Juice and his rivalry and them wanted him to be Clint Capella, but he's not Clint Capella.
So basically, what they put the Crunk Juice label, like kind of like Micro Secret stuff. They put the label on his water bottle so you could drink it and go crazy. Um, I don't know what to say about. You know what? Sometimes he doesn't fucking play that bad. You know, maybe he just needs an environment where they could let him be himself. I feel like everywhere he's been so far, they try to make him into something he's not. He's not a fucking Clint Capella. Especially not now, because Clint Capella now is like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe he just needs. I still think that he has talent, and he just needs to kind of let loose a little bit. But it's going to take the right coach to get it out of him. I don't think it's JJ Redick.
Yeah, and I don't think if he's not playing to his highest potential when he's playing with 3 ball dominant guys who can get him in the right position to score. I'll be honest. I don't know what the right position for what the right team is for him. Like, this should be the ideal spot for him. And it looked good early on in the season, but hasn't been looking good as of late. But we'll keep our eyes on all these stories, all these teams heading into the final stretch of the year. But we came here to give you our top 10 guards from each position, top 10 point guards, top 10 two guards. Next Tru Heel Heat Check, we're going to do that with the forwards and the centers. But let's get into it, Chris G. Let's start off with the two guards, because I feel like point guard is probably one of the more like talented, rich positions in all of the NBA. So I think that is probably better if you go with like two guards. And I know we had the discussion off camera. I'll say it here on the show. We had some difficulties with these because the NBA is so positionless that it's hard to determine who's a two guard, who's a point guard.
Yeah. I think all considering we did a good job with our list of getting it right.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to start with the top 10 two guards. We'll do it like we've done the last couple of lists, where I'll give my number 10, you give yours 9, and so on and so forth. So top 10 two guards. Coming in at number 9 for me, I got the aforementioned Con Knipple, one of the best rookies out there, have an incredible rookie year. He's just a automatic 3-point shot especially if he's open. I know he had a game where he had 8 3-pointers in one game. And he just seems like a guy that's going to be basically pushing up that list of like all-time 3-point shooters when, he develops more throughout his career. But already to me, because the two guard position isn't as talented rich as the point guard position, I would already put him as a top 10 two guard in the league.
So would I, but I don't have him number 10. At number 10, I have Gilgeous-Alexander Walker of the Atlanta Hawks. He finally he's getting some starters minutes. He's getting to show what he can do. He can hoop. He can shoot. He plays defense. I think he made a big leap this year. He's contributing to that young Hawks core that's in the 10th seed for that in that play-in spot. Like you said, the shooting guard position, it's top heavy. Top heavy. The first 5 guys are like, wow. And then from there, you got to kind of pick and choose. So, yeah, I got Nikhil, number 10.
That's fair. Coming in at number 9 for me from the Orlando Magic, I got Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane has just improved like every single season he's been out there. He had better overall numbers last year, but he's still very consistent. Like, he's averaging 49% from the field, 39% from 3. He's averaging 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and he's really been the most consistent player on the Orlando Magic. Like, Paolo Banchero has been off and on throughout this season. Like, Desmond Bane has been like the best acquisition that they've made in recent years for the Orlando Magic. He's been like a glue guy, kind of keeping the team together as they've gone through the struggles throughout the year, but definitely have him in my top 10. So Desmond Bane coming in at number 9. What about you?
At number 9, I got Amen Thompson. He's probably going to be higher on this list next year because he's really good too. It's just the Rockets have a lot of options, you know what I mean? So I feel like he sacrifices a lot for that team. And if he didn't have to sacrifice a lot for that team, he'd be a top shooting guard, top 5, because he could do it all. I just don't think it's exposed as much because you got KD, Sengun, Jabari Smith. You know, you got a bunch of guys that do a bunch of things well on that team. So he complements that team really well. But I'm a big fan of the Thompson twins, so I think he'll be higher on this list next year.
That's fair. Coming in at number 8 for me, Ben Thompson. I think that he's even better than what you said. Like 17 points per game. He's almost averaging like 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 51% from the field. Like he just needs to work on his outside shot because he's like an awful 3-point shooter. He only takes like 30%. No, he's like 20%. Like he's really bad. Yeah, he only takes like 1 or 2 per game. But the difference maker for me deciding between him and Bane at number 8 was the defense. He's a lockdown defender, and he's really kind of been that guy who can be on the perimeter and guard anybody on the opposite team. And he's had some ball handling, responsibilities for the Rockets because they don't have a point guard as well. So I've been really impressed with his progression this year. So I got him at number 8. Who you got?
Sure. Number 8, I got Shaedon Sharpe from the Blazers. I've been saying it from rookie season. This kid was good. He just had to be healthy because his shoulder was shot. But it looks like he's, figured it out. He's staying on the court. And he's young. I mean, he got a shot to be, the cornerstone for the Blazers for a while. So hopefully he continues to improve.
Yeah, he's probably like one of my honorable mentions, like right at like number 11, number 12 on my list here. Number 7 for me, I got Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero's probably been the best scorer on the Miami Heat. He's the leading scorer for the team. He's averaging 21 points per game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 49% from 3, 36%. 36% from 3, 49% from the field. So like he's been a consistent scorer the last couple of years. He's not the best like defender or anything like that, but the Miami Heat is in a play-in position. They're in the 8th seed, and a lot of that comes down to Bam Adebayo being their star player because he's the best defender and an anchor for their defense. And then on the offensive end, it's really been Tyler Hero who holds them down. So had to give him some love here, so I got him at number 7.
I'm very biased against Tyler Hero. I think he does nothing on the court to contribute except put up shots. And if he's hot, then you're good. If he's not, you're gonna lose. That's just how I always felt about him. I'm gonna continue to feel him about that way. He should be in this list, but he's not. I actually have somebody else from the Heat on this list. He's a little higher. But at number 7, I have Desmond Bane. I have Bane here because I think he's underrated. I think he's proved on the Magic this year, like out of the shadow of like the Grizzlies drama and like John, all that he can do more than just be a scorer. He's kind of showed that grit on the defensive end. He shows that hustle every night. He's like a quiet leader a little bit in that locker room, like just being new there, but without Franz and without Paolo at times, he's kind of been the guy to like hold them down and keep them in that play-in spot. So I put Desmond Bane at number 7.
Cool. So like I said, I give Bane some love. He's shaped like a T-Rex, but
T-Rex.
I still give him love. Coming in at number 6, just missing out on the top 5. And honestly, I feel like if he never got hurt, he would be a top 5 2 guard this year. Austin Reeves from my Los Angeles Lakers, probably the most improved guard in whether it be point guard, 2 guard. I feel like Austin Reeves is one of the most improved because he just year after year he just gets better. He just brings another part of his game out there, and just his ability to be a facilitator when he's on the court with 2 of the greatest passers of all time in Luka Doncic and LeBron James. That's quite remarkable in itself. Like, he's not the best defender, but he shows a lot more energy and effort than those 2 guys do, and just his stats overall just looks great this this year, and it probably would have been even better, like I said before, if he never got hurt. He averaged 24 points per game, five assists, 5 rebounds, 49.5% from three. He's averaging 37% from three. 37% from three, 49% from the field. He's just been overall been one of the most improved players in all of the NBA. I just really wish he never got hurt, because I think that he would have been an all-star this year with the way he was playing early on in the year. And I honestly wish that LeBron would have took more games off, because I think that his stats would be even better. He was averaging like 30 points per game when LeBron was out, and he just always steps up, whether he comes off the bench, whether he starts, he always brings that consistency, especially on the offensive end of the court.
Yeah, I like Austin Reeves. I don't have him on this list because honestly, I think he plays out of position at a guard. I think he's better suited as a wing. If we were talking about wings, I would have put him on the list. I
just don't think he has the size for that. He doesn't have the size for that.
Was he 6'6"? He's long. He's lengthy.
Yeah, he's long. That's why I just don't think he's
like
the
a
body
fringe
for it, or he has like the height for that.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen more Laker games than I have, so you can say, which he's better suited in. I thought he was a wing. Every time I've seen him play, I felt like the way his style of play just suits like a forward. So shame on me for not putting him on this list, because I actually like AR-15. But at number 6, I went with my boy Con Knipples. Put him at number 6 because he's already breaking records. He's helping turn around that Charlotte culture. But he's an all-around baller. Like he can do everything. He can grab boards. He's gonna get better on the defensive end. He's a low-key solid playmaker. Like he can do a little bit of everything. So I'm very impressed with Con, and I think he's already one of the best guards in the league.
That is fair. Coming in top 5, number 5 for me. From the Phoenix Suns, I got Devin Booker, who plays a lot of the one, but he's still kind of listed as a 2 guard. But when he plays in the 2 guard position, he's one of the best out there. Like he's averaging nearly 25 points per game, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 45% from the field. But like from 3, he's had an off year, and I think that if he was shooting the 3 ball a little bit better, he's shooting 31% from 3, he would be even higher on this list. But he's been the star player along with, surprisingly, Dillon Brooks for the Phoenix Suns, and why the Phoenix Suns have played so well this year. They're in like a play-in position right now in the West, but I feel like they're definitely going to make the playoffs because they have really gone in like the opposite direction. They got rid of Kevin Durant and they got better. Like it's an attestament to Devin Booker and the star that he has become. So he's definitely still a top 5 2 guard in the league.
Oh, for sure. I got him higher on this list, but at number 5, I got the other Miami Heat player that I really think was the guy that's really been driving the offensive force for them, and he was an all-star. That's Norman Powell. Fringe 2 or 3 guy. I guess you could put him as a forward too, but he'll play the guard. But he's really stepped up this year. He's been their most consistent scorer, in my opinion. He's always been a solid defender. He's kept the Heat, afloat. Harrell's missed a few games, and Norman Powell's the guy that usually holds him down. So I got him at number 5.
So this may be a little bit of cheating, but coming in at number 4 for me, because sometimes he plays the 3, but he is listed online as a 2 guard. I got Jalen Williams. I got the 40 spot in the NBA Finals, reigning champion from the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's not having like the greatest year this year because he's had to deal with a lot of injuries throughout the year, and he's currently out right now. But he's averaging 17.5 points per game, 48% from the field. He's averaging like 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 steal per game as well. So when he's out there, he's one of the best 2 guards or one of the best 3s in all of the NBA. It's just an issue of him being out right now, but I'm going to still give him the respect from the run that he had in the playoffs, dropping 40 points against the Indiana Pacers. And then when he's on the court with the Oklahoma City today, him and Shea in the backcourt, it's unstoppable.
Yeah. He's another guy I would consider a wing, so that's why I don't put him on this list. But if he was a pure two guard, he would definitely be at the top. Definitely top 3. Talented dude when he's healthy. So you got to get back to full health. He's a big part of that OKC core, and he needs to be healthy for them to get deep into the playoffs. And number 4 for me, I put Donovan Mitchell, the Spider. Having a great year. He's starting to pick it up a little bit more with James Harden by his side. Takes the pressure off him a little bit as a playmaker. He can play a little bit more off the ball, get to his spots, and do what he does best, which is score. Man, I wish he was a Knick sometimes. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell. Still think about that fucking trade, yo.
Yeah, well, y'all were like one of the lead candidates to get him too. So
no, they had him. Like, it was agreed to, and then they were just like, you know what? No, we're not gonna give you RJ Barrett. We're gonna trade next year anyway.
Never mind. I got D Mitch at number 3 for me. I think the top 3 to me is kind of, that was easy for me as far as like 2 guards. It was just on who you place above who. Like Donovan Mitchell was very close to being like 2, even like 1 for me, because he's had an amazing season this year. He's really stepped up and he's been like a superstar type player for the Cleveland Cavaliers and kept them afloat when they were having issues. He's averaging 28.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, nearly 6 assists, 48% from the field, 37% from 3. He's really stepped up from the 3-point shot range. He had a couple of games where he was out, but when he's on the court, he is the catalyst for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And with him and James Harden in the backcourt, that's one of the best backcourts in all of the NBA. Donovan Mitchell, honestly, if the Cleveland Cavaliers didn't have that rough start to the season, he's like a top 5 MVP candidate, in my opinion, because of how much he stepped up, like scoring wise this year. I think he's averaging a career high in points for this year with 28.5 points this year. He's really stepped up. Guaranteed to me a lock, top 3 2 guards in all of the NBA.
Yeah, his efficiency went up too. He's shooting at a higher percentage than he usually does. From 3 too. So his all around game has improved this year. So the only reason why he's not number 3 and I put Devin Booker at number 3 is because, I mean, the Suns weren't supposed to be this good. No, I don't think anybody had the Suns as even a fringe playing team. Everybody kind of just wrote them off. But
yeah,
the leadership and the poise and just the way he could, he has that team under control and he got the young kids playing good. I think he deserves a lot of credit this year. And I'm not the biggest Devin Booker fan, so I got him at number 3 for the shooting guards.
Yeah, number 2 for me this was a lock. It's got to be Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, I keep saying it. He's a top 10 player this year. Like, you can have him at like 9 or 8, but he ain't 10. He's a top 10 player this year. He's like an MVP candidate, in my opinion, for what he's been able to do. He's a guy that's been a perennial kind of number 2 to Jason Tatum. And Jason Tatum well deserved to be one of the best players in the NBA. But the fact that they have stayed afloat, Boston Celtics are number 2 in the Eastern Conference, 41-20. They've been one of the big surprises of this year when they came into this year, basically selling off a lot of their role players and the players around him. But he has just stepped up tremendously. 29 points per game, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 48% from the field, 35% from 3. He's averaging like 1 steal per game. He's been a good defender on that end of the court as well. But most of all, his leadership has been so key to this run for the Boston Celtics, where it feels like if they get Jason Tatum back at 80%, they are the favorites to win the Eastern Conference. And it comes down to Jaylen Brown and how much he stepped up for them this year.
Yeah, I got him at number 2. He had the questions going into this year, right? Is he gonna change it? Step his game up a little bit? Is he gonna be a leader? Is he gonna turn from Robin to Batman and lead these Celtics? And I think all these questions got answered. First couple games were rough, and everybody was like, Jaylen Brown sold. Last 25, 30 games showed you different. Jaylen Brown's been the leader on that team. He's been one of the best players on the court on any team. And he deserves a lot of credit. So, yeah, definitely number 2.
And I think we're going to be consistent with number 2 and number 1. Number 1 for me, 2 guards. This was easy. It's Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is not only the number 1 best 2 guard in the NBA, he is like really kind of making the discussion. It's become a debate now. Is he already a top 5 player in this league? Is he the future face of this league? That's the conversations that are around Anthony Edwards right now. He's coming off the All-Star MVP trophy. This year, he's averaging nearly 30 points per game, 5 rebounds, nearly 4 assists, 49% from the field, but his 3-point shot has just been the greatest turnaround we've seen from like a young player in quite some time. He's averaging 40% from 3. And this comes off of last year where he was near 40% at 39.5%, but now he's clearly a 40% shooter from the 3-point land. He's a lockdown defender when he needs to. He gets into the passing lane so well. He's averaging 1.5 steals. He's just all around game has just improved tremendously. And then he always adds something to his game. Like I said, last year was the 3-point shot. This year has been his post game. He's looking like Kobe at times with the fadeaway and his way that he gets to the hoop. He has just improved every single year he's been out there. I have no doubt, no question. I'm the guy that on In the Weeds, I put him in Club Superstar last year. I put him in Club Superstar last year because I was like, this dude just went to a back-to-back conference finals with this team, with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Like, nah, we got to give him love. He's the best 2 guard in the NBA today.
Yeah, one of the best players. I wouldn't argue that he could be a top 5 player right now. He's just that good. And then with that Minnesota Timberwolves, like he's still keeping them in the top 4, top 5 in the West, which is amazing. So he will be an MVP soon. Not sure when, but he'll get it soon. I just don't know if he's ever going to win on the Timberwolves. Might have to get him out of Minnesota. That's the tough part. Sorry, Chase.
But if he's able to, he's the greatest Timberwolf of all time.
Yeah,
if he's able to win a championship.
100%. I mean, if you build around them the right way, there's a shot.
No. All right, let's move on to the one position, point guard. Top 10 point guards. Do you have any honorable mentions?
For top 10 point guards, I feel like I had one, but I can't remember. If I remember, I would definitely.
We'll come back to that if you remember it. Number 10 for me, I'm going with LaMelo Ball. This was a toss-up for me, honestly.
Oh, I remember.
Okay. All right.
Sorry. I remember. It's Keontae George of the Utah Jazz. That's my honorable mention.
Gotcha.
He's been balling out this year. He's been one of the bright spots for the Jazz, who haven't had many this year. So Keontae George is my honorable mention.
Number 10 for me, like I said, LaMelo Ball. This was a toss-up for me. There's people like Keontae George. There's a lot of young point guards out there that have been playing well, but the LaMelo Ball has been very consistently on the court, which is what we've been asking for him for years this year. Like, he's not the best, shooter. His efficiency is not the greatest. He's averaging like less than 40% from the field, but he's averaging 36% from 3, and he's averaging 19 points, 7 assists, nearly 5 rebounds. He's been getting in the passing lanes a bit, getting some steals as well. He had a game, I think he's just coming off the game against Dallas, where he had like 5 steals in that game. So he's getting better on the defensive end, just as far as like getting in the passing lanes. At least he's not the best defender either, but I think that he has some traits that can be useful, and it's been useful for the Hornets this year with their turnaround. So gave LaMelo some love at number 10. What about you?
I got LaMelo at number 10. I think what started this whole thing was, I think he got humbled when they put him on the bench. They humbled him and they told him, listen, you got to, like, you can still have fun out there, but you got to take this shit seriously. And you got to use your strengths. And one of his strengths is playmaking. And he's actually a very underrated playmaker. And so what I've seen from this run of good play from the Hornets is that he's taking less shots and he's playmaking more. And he's letting the game come to him. So he's still able to put up his points. If he gets hot, great. He's still good in the clutch. So he's going to be the go-to guy in the clutch for the Hornets. But it allows the guys like Brandon Miller, Bridges, Kanupu to play their game and to maximize their efficiency, which is why they've been playing so good. So kudos to LaMelo for finally growing up a little bit.
Yeah, very, very well said. Number 9 for me, I got De'Aaron Fox from the San Antonio Spurs. For me, like you said, Wemby is the star player. They have a whole bunch of young players, but I feel like De'Aaron Fox has been the glue guy for this team, and he's really gelled really well with Wemby. This year, he's averaging 18 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 48% from the field, 35% from 3, but most of all, his leadership skills has really shined through. What he was able to do with the Sacramento Kings, that's translating well with the Spurs, so had to give him love. He's a top 10 point guard to me.
Yeah, I got him in the same spot. I've been saying it for 7 years, maybe, that De'Aaron Fox is like one of the most underrated players in the league. Hell of a defender. He can score, but the leadership skills, right? They really start. They need it. We said that at some point in this podcast, whether it was last year or early this year, that the Spurs need that like veteran presence, right? Especially after losing CP3 last year, right? They needed somebody else to fill that. De'Aaron Fox has filled that veteran presence. He's been to the playoffs. He's battle tested. He's an all-star. Like, there's everything going well for this guy. And as long as he's on the court, because he battled some injuries, as long as he's on the court, the Spurs will be fine.
Yeah, very well said. Then I got the guy I've been telling y'all about. I told y'all, best trade deadline acquisition, James Harden. James Harden coming in at number 8 for me. And even when he was on the Clippers, he was playing well over there. I think he was averaging like 25 points per game, 8 assists. He hasn't been shooting the ball well this year, but the real big turnaround is on the Cleveland Cavaliers and how quickly he has adapted to this team and been like the missing link for the Cavs to be playing consistently well in the second half of the season. He's averaging 24 points per game, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. His efficiency has not been well this year. I won't deny that, but he is averaging 45% from 3. He just passed over that 3-point shooting that he was like the trendsetter for them in the for the LA Clippers, and he's been doing that for them on the Cleveland Cavaliers. So got to give him some love. He's definitely one of the best out there in the NBA today. What do you got at number 8?
At number 8, I have Jamal Murray. Hasn't been the most consistent this year, but he's still balling. He's still putting up buckets. And with Jokic out for those couple of weeks, he's really held them together and kept them in playoff contention or in that upper echelon of the Western Conference. So I think it deserves a lot of credit for that. And playoff Murray's a different animal, so we'll see what happens with him down the stretch.
Yeah, I got Jamal Murray higher than that. I got him at number 7 here. Jamal Murray, he has been amazing this year, and just how well he's been shooting the ball, his efficiency has just been amazing. Like you said, when Jokic was out, he really stepped up, but he is automatic from 3. He's averaging 43% from 3, 25 points per game, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal. He's been the leader for this team when Jokic was out and kept them afloat where they had a good record, and kind of hurt Jokic's MVP cred, in my opinion, with how well he was able to hold down the team with him away. His recent game against Utah, he was the difference maker there. He had 45 points in that game. So he's been a great scorer. He's been a great shooter, a great leader, great passer. Jamal Murray, top 10 point guard for sure.
Yeah, 100%. At 7, this is probably like my most controversial pick on this list because he hasn't really played much this year. Well, when he's on the court, and just because he's probably the greatest, or he is the greatest shooter of all time, I had to put Steph Curry on the list.
Whoa!
He probably should be number 10. Probably shouldn't even be on the list at all. But because
what? That's outrageous.
Hey, listen. Only because he's missed a lot of games. And the Warriors aren't that great. So I just feel like the 6 guys ahead of him, their teams are better. They're playing better individually. They're having better seasons, and they've been on the court more. But I'm putting Steph Curry at 7.
kind of outrageous to me, but
Hey, you said today, if today's landscape, Steph's not even,
Okay.
he's on the fucking injured list. It's hard to
That's
put him-
fair. That's fair. I'm basing it off what they have done this year. But number 6 for me, he was very close to making the top 5. Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey has been amazing for the Philadelphia 76ers, and he's taken that leap from all-star to superstar, in my opinion, this year. 29 points per game. He's averaging 46% from the field, 37.5 from 3, so nearly 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, but most of all, he's kind of up the game of Joel Embiid. He's been that floor lifter for the 76ers, and he's getting stuff out of Paul George before the suspension as well. He's really been the difference of why the Philadelphia 76ers are in a solid playoff spot this year. So Tyrese Maxey easily by the end of the year could be top 5 point guard.
Yeah, I agree. I have Maxey in that 6th spot too. I hate that he's on the Sixers, man, because I hate the Sixers so much. I want to like him. I really want to like Tyrese Maxey, but I can't because he's on the fucking 76ers. But it's clear as day. He is the face of that 76ers franchise now. Embiid is robbing. He's robbing now. It's clear. That's Tyrese Maxey's team. The kid could ball. He plays defense. He could shoot. He could pass. He does everything. Got a good head on his shoulders. And he's going to continue to get better because he's only 25, 26. So the future is bright for Tyrese Maxey. And if they build around him the right way, 76ers could be dangerous.
Yeah. Top 5, number 5, your boy, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is just an automatic. He might be one of the best shot creators in all of the NBA, averaging 27 points per game, six assists, 47% from the field. He's a really good 3-point shooter as well. He's averaging 38% from 3, but he is the leader of the New York Knicks and why they're a top 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. So easily top 5 point guard in the league. He just doesn't play the defense that I would like him to play to be even higher than that.
I'm biased, so he's going to be a little higher on my list. Sorry. Top 5, number 5, I have James Harden the Beard. Since coming to the Cavaliers, he makes the team better. He makes the team better. That's what you want out of a point guard, right? You want somebody to come in and lift the ceiling, lift the floor, make everybody around them better. And it just shows that when he's in the right system and in the right headspace, he's still one of the greatest players in the league. So had to put James Harden in that top 5.
That's fair. That's fair. I appreciate you came around. You came around.
I did. I'm actually afraid to play these motherfuckers in the playoffs if we're going up against them.
So I switched these around from the list I gave you earlier. So number 4 for me is Steph Curry. Steph Curry is still a top 5 point guard in the league. Yes, he's hurt right now, but I'm not going to penalize him for how bad the Warriors are. I'm not penalizing him. He is still a top 5 point guard in this league. He's one of the greatest scorers of all time. Before he went out for this, for the last couple of 10, 15 games, he was averaging 27 points per game on 47% from the field, 39% from 3, 93% from the free throw line. He's averaging 5 assists, 3.5 rebounds, a steal per game. His usage was up. He had a great point differential when he was on the court for the Warriors. The Warriors would not be in a play-in playoff position without Steph Curry playing the way that he has this year. So he's still at 37 years old, still one of the best point guards in all of the NBA.
That's fair. I can't argue that. I love Steph. I'd put him anywhere on this list. He could be anywhere from 1 to 10. Once again, I'm biased, so this guy should probably be higher on the list. But I have Cade Cunningham at number 4.
Oh my God!
Cade Cunningham at number 4.
This dude put Brunson ahead of Cade Cunningham.
You goddamn right I did. I put Jalen Jesus Christ Brunson at number 3 ahead of Cade Cunningham because it's fucking New York Knicks time, baby. We're here. We got the cup. We got the cup. Jalen Brunson, Cup Finals MVP. We got it. Jalen Brunson 3. Cade Cunningham 4. Probably should be switched around, but I don't apologize.
Yes.
And I don't regret it for one fucking second.
That's outrageous. This is outrageous bias, ladies and gentlemen. But number 3 for me is the aforementioned Cade Cunningham. This man is an MVP candidate. We can't be disrespecting this guy right now. What are we doing? Like, I had a debate if I wanted to put him at number 2. Like, he's been that good this year.
He could possibly be number 1 , but
he could be number 1 if it wasn't for another team that has no.
Bias be damned.
Oh my God. Cade Cunningham's averaging 25 points per game, 10 assists, 6 rebounds, 46% from the field. He's improved his 3-point shooting, 33% from 3. Not the greatest, but still not as bad as it used to be. Then he's averaging, he's just been in the passing lanes. He's averaging nearly a block per game, a steal and a half. He's just the floor leader for the Pistons. If not for him, the Pistons would not be where they are, the number 1 seed in all of the Eastern Conference, and number 1 seed. It goes back and forth between them and the Oklahoma City Thunder for the number 1 seed in all of the NBA. He's been a great defender as well. That's the difference between him and Brunson. That's why he's better than Brunson, is that he plays on both sides of the court. He's not the shot maker that Brunson is. Brunson is better than him on offense, but the gap between him and Brunson on defense is much wider than the gap between them on offense. So that's why I got Cade at number 3.
Morally, I would have not been able to sleep at night if I would have not put Jalen Brunson in front of Cade. So I agree with everything you said, but I want to sleep tonight.
Oh my God, this guy's ridiculous. Who you got at number 2?
All right, number two is probably one of my favorite players in the league. I wanted to put him number 1, but I just can't for a certain reason. But I got Luka. Just phenomenal, man. I'm a big Luka fan. I don't care where he plays. He could be a Laker. Doesn't matter. I'm always going to root for his success. And it looks like his game has improved this year, right? I mean, he's still shooting. He's still playmaking. He's in better shape. The defense, I mean, he shows a little bit more effort. He's still not the greatest defender by any stretch, but the effort's there at least, and he's taking it more serious. So it's hard to argue with Luka being in the top 2.
Yep, I agree. We're going to have the same top 2. Number 2 for me is Luka Doncic, leading the league in scoring, 32 points per game, 8 rebounds, nearly 9 assists, 47% from the field. He's improved his 3-point shot tremendously. He started off the year like 30% from 3, taking like 11 threes per game. He's bumped that up to 36% from 3. He's had an amazing so far month of March where he's averaging like 50% from the 3-point line. He's getting in the passing lanes a little bit more than he has in the past. He's averaging nearly a steal and a half per game. So he's improved in every facet of his game. He's just athleticism wise, you can see the difference that he is diminishing a little bit athleticism wise, but he's getting so smarter on the court and the way that he can get the ball into the hole. He's one of the best offensive players, I think, of all time. So definitely a top 2 point guard in the NBA. But number 1, I think we got the same person, the reigning MVP and maybe going to be back-to-back MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, I mean, the guy screams efficiency. Put up 30 points a game, somewhere around 7 to 10 assists. I don't got the numbers in front of me, but the guy.
I got the numbers here. He's averaging 32 points per game, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 55% from the field, 38% from 3. Nearly 90% from the free throw line. It's just ridiculous. He's probably the most efficient scorer of all time,
and maybe around 2 steals a game. I mean, he's a two-way player. He's going to lock up your point guard, and he's going to bust his ass at the same time. And that's what you want in a player at any position. But when it comes from your point guard, it really sets the tone for the rest of the team. So, best point guard in the league, best player in the league, could be back-to-back MVP.
Yeah, it's no question. Shea is the best one in the league. Do you think that he would be better as a 2 guard? Because I think his skills is more suited for the 2 guard position, and he gets all these comparisons to the Kobe Bryants, the Michael Jordans of the league. Like, I think that if he was like a standard, like listed online and playing, and they get like, I think Cason Wallace is also going to improve greatly. He's one of the best role players out there, where he'll be the point guard soon enough, and then Shea can be more of the natural 2 on the team. I think like all time, if he's able to get back-to-back MVPs and then win a championship, he will be in question as a top 3 2 guard if he plays the 2 guard position. I don't know about point guard because there's been so many great point guards, but what do you think about that? Do you think that Shea is more suited to be a 2 instead of a 1?
I like him at the 1 because he keeps the ball in his hands. I mean, he can score without the ball, but I feel like he's a more efficient scorer with the ball in his hands. If you put him in the 2, you kind of take that out of his hands a little bit, and he'll also be less of a playmaker, focused more on scoring. Now, granted, he's a talented guy. He's smart enough where he could probably make it work and up his game, but sometimes that can affect somebody's game where the efficiency goes down a little bit. So I don't know. I like him at the 1. I wouldn't change it. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I could see him succeeding at the 2 just as well.
Makes sense. But that brings us to an end on another Tru Heel Heat Check, episode number 25 here. I want to thank Chris G, as always, for joining me, good sir. The floor is yours. Let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they will see you again.
Yeah, you can find me on X at Tru Heel Chris G, and then on Instagram and TikTok at THCG. And you can find me right here at the Tru Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment channel and on the Tru Heel Heat Wrestling channel. We watched some 3-play A this weekend, and I felt back at home. It was good. It was fun.
Oh, that AAA latest episode was dope, yo.
We
Cartwheel versus Dragon Lee. Oh man, that was awesome.
I was like, damn, this is what I've been missing on Saturdays. Got to start watching this shit every week.
Yeah. They probably the most consistent WWE product right now because watch Raw and SmackDown. Oof. But yes, thank you, Chris G, for that. Thank you, as always, for Tru Heel Heat Check. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at Tru Heel SP3. Check out all of our Scream content that we did here on the channel, like our Scream 7 review from earlier this week. Coming up, me and the Stag King will be teaming up to rank every Scream movie of all time, including Part 7 that we recently watched in the theaters. So check that out as well. Me and Chris G will be back for more Tru Heel Heat Check in the next couple of weeks, so be on the lookout for that. For Chris G, it is me, your Tru Heel Phenom SP3. This has been Tru Heel Heat Check number 25, top 10 guards today. We are signing off until next time.
Knicks money line. Put the rent on it.